not every Disney hotel is magical. Some will blow your mind with fireworks views, hidden perks, and pools bigger than small water parks, while others will leave you trapped in endless bus lines, crammed into food courts, and wondering why you paid so much for this. So let's settle it once and for all. I'm ranking every single Disney World resort from worst to best. And fair warning, a few of those so-called deluxes don't even make the top 10, and some underdogs climb way higher than you'd expect. This is just my opinion, but by the end, you'll know exactly which resorts are worth your money and which ones to avoid like the plague. Let's jump in. All-Star Sports takes the bottom spot. It's usually the cheapest way to stay on property, but you get what you pay for. This resort is a magnet for giant tour groups. Think cheerleading squads, dance teams, marching bands. That means constant noise, packed food courts, and buses that feel like rush hour. The oversized football helmets and surfboards are fun for a minute, but even with room updates, the vibe still feels more like a budget motel than Disney magic. If price is all that matters, sure. Otherwise, it's one to avoid. All-Star Music climbs just one spot higher, and the only reason is the family suites. They sleep 6, have 2 bathrooms, and come with a kitchenette. A lifesaver for bigger families on a budget. Beyond that, it's basically sports with a different theme. Neon guitars, giant maracas, Broadway hats. It feels more random than magical, and the same issues remain: noisy groups, shared buses, and long lines. If you need a suite but don't want to pay Art of Animation prices, it works. Otherwise, skip it. All-Star Movies is the best of the All-Stars, but it still lands near the bottom. The giant Toy Story characters, 101 Dalmatians Courtyard, and Fantasia Pool definitely make it feel more Disney than its siblings. Kids love it, and it has a fun energy. But popularity means it's always packed with the same transportation headaches as the others. If you must book an All-Star, this is the one. But if you can stretch the budget just a little, there are much better options. Saratoga Springs has one big advantage. It's right next to Disney Springs. You can literally walk over for dinner and shopping, which is a huge plus. But the theme? Horse racing in upstate New York. Not exactly magical. The resort is massive and spread out, so getting around is a chore. The villas are spacious, the pools are fine, but overall, it feels more like a timeshare community than a Disney resort. Unless you're a DVC member using points, it's forgettable. Old Key West is the original Disney Vacation Club resort, and the villas here are huge. If you've got a big family or just want tons of space, this is where you'll find it. The pastel buildings and calm, laid-back vibe are charming in their own way, but it can feel a little too calm, more like a Florida retirement community than a Disney hotel. With buses as the only transportation option, it's not the most convenient either. Perfect for guests who want peace and space, but not ideal for first-timers chasing that classic Disney energy. Caribbean Beach sounds incredible. On paper, pastel villages, sandy beaches, hammocks, steel drum music, and yes, it's a Skyliner resort, which should be a huge win. But the place is enormous. Some rooms are a 15-minute walk just to grab a coffee. And since it's a Skyliner hub, transfer lines here can be painfully slow. The pool is fun, Sebastian's Bistro is solid, but the quick service is forgettable. Pop Century and Art of Animation give you better value with easier layouts. Coronado Springs is one of Disney's most beautiful moderates, especially with the addition of the Grand Destino Tower. The lobby feels sleek and modern, and the rooftop restaurant, Toledo, offers amazing fireworks views. But here's the catch. It's also a convention hotel. That means lots of business travelers, which changes the vibe. And outside the tower, the resort is sprawling and inconvenient. If you book the tower, it feels almost deluxe for a moderate price, but overall, it's inconsistent. Bay Lake Tower sits right next to Magic Kingdom. You can walk there in 10 minutes, and some rooms have killer fireworks views. The villas are spacious with kitchens and multiple bedrooms, which works great for families. But the atmosphere? Cold and sterile. It feels more like a condo building than a Disney resort. For DVC members, it's a win, but for everyone else, the magic feels a little thin. Camping at Disney is definitely unique. The campsites at Fort Wilderness give RVers and tent campers a ton of space, plus access to horseback riding, outdoor movies, and hoop-de-doo musical review. The location is fun too. A boat ride straight to Magic Kingdom makes it feel extra special. But let's be real. Camping in Florida means heat, humidity, rain, and bugs. For some people, that's part of the fun. For most, it's more hassle than magic. And that wraps up the bottom tier, the resorts that are either too chaotic, too spread out, or just don't deliver much Disney magic. From here on out, things start to improve. The theming gets stronger, the locations get better, and the resorts finally start feeling like true Disney experiences. Let's keep climbing the rankings. The cabins at Fort Wilderness are a quirky option that sit somewhere between roughing it and a deluxe stay. Each cabin has air conditioning, a kitchen, space for 6, and even a private deck surrounded by nature. It's cozy, peaceful, and has a homey feel that's totally unique compared to other resorts. Plus, you've still got access to Fort Wilderness amenities like pony rides, campfire sing-alongs, and the Hoop-de-Doo musical review. The downside? This place is huge. Unless you rent a golf cart, just getting to the dining hall or bus stops can be a trek. Add that to the price tag, and it doesn't always compete well with other moderates or lower-tier deluxes. Still, if you want privacy, space, and a rustic escape while being just a boat ride for Magic Kingdom, the cabins are a memorable choice. Port Orleans Riverside is one of the prettiest moderates on property. Magnolia Bend's stately mansions and Alligator Bayou's rustic lodges make it feel like two different resorts rolled into one. The Sassagoula River that runs through it adds a calm, scenic touch, perfect for evening strolls. The food court here is also one of the best in its class, with hearty, southern-inspired dishes, and you can even take a boat ride straight to Disney Springs. It's not perfect, though. Riverside is massive. Some rooms are a serious hike from buses or dining, which can wear on you after a long park day. But overall, Riverside balances charm, food, and atmosphere in a way few moderates manage. French Quarter is Riverside's smaller sibling, and a fan favorite for a good reason. The resort feels compact and charming with cobblestone streets, jazz touches, and wrought iron balconies that bring New Orleans to life. Nothing is far away. The pool, the food court, and buses are all a quick walk. And the biggest win? Mickey-shaped beignets. Enough said. What it lacks in size and big resort amenities, it makes up for in ease and personality. French Quarter is one of the most stress-free, laid-back resorts on property. Pop Century is the value resort that consistently over-delivers. It's colorful, nostalgic, and full of oversized icons like Rubik's Cubes, yo-yos, and Play-Doh tubs. It's fun without being too overwhelming. The best perk is Skyliner access. Epcot and Hollywood Studios are minutes away, making Pop far more convenient than the All-Stars. Rooms also got refreshed with Murphy beds, so they feel brighter and more functional than before. For families who want affordability and solid convenience, Pop Century is the gold standard in the value category. Art of Animation brings Disney animation to life. The Cars section feels like you're in Radiator Springs. The Lion King courtyard is full of iconic characters, and the Nemo-themed Big Blue Pool is the largest at Disney. The family suites here are a big draw. 2 bathrooms, a kitchenette, and tons of space decorated with fun, bold theming that kids love. The downside is the Little Mermaid standard rooms. They're far from everything, often overpriced compared to Pop Century, and just not worth it. Book a suite here and you'll have an amazing time. Book a mermaid room and you'll wish you hadn't. The Boardwalk Resort delivers serious charm. Themed after turn-of-the-century Atlantic City, it's lively at night with performers, lights, and restaurants along the waterfront. The location is unbeatable. Epcot's International Gateway is a short stroll away, Hollywood Studios is a 15-minute walk or boat ride, and you're across the water from Yacht and Beach Club. The trade-offs? Some rooms feel dated, and the energy here can be noisy if you're looking for a quiet evening retreat. But if you love Epcot festivals or want a resort that feels alive even after the parks close, Boardwalk is a winner. Contemporary is Disney's icon status. The monorail gliding straight through the lobby is something you don't forget. The location is unmatched. You can walk to Magic Kingdom in 10 minutes or ride the monorail to Epcot. California Grill at the top remains one of the best dining experiences on property, especially during fireworks. The downside? The Garden Wing rooms are forgettable, and even the Incredibles-themed tower rooms don't always feel worth the price. Still, for nostalgia and convenience, the Contemporary more than earns its place in the top 10. The villa side of Wilderness Lodge adds even more depth to an already stunning resort. Boulder Ridge leans rustic and cozy, with warm wood tones and railroad-inspired theming. Copper Creek is newer and sleeker, with modern touches and larger layouts. Both give you villa perks, kitchenettes or full kitchens, laundry access, and extra space, while still enjoying Wilderness Lodge's atmosphere. That means the soaring lobby, the geyser by the lake, and the boat ride to Magic Kingdom. Dining is excellent too. Whispering Canyon Cafe for rowdy fun and Geyser Point for relaxed lakeside bites. You don't get Skyliner or monorail convenience here, but if you want deluxe amenities in a resort that feels like a national park, Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek are tough to beat. The Grand Floridian is Disney's flagship. Its Victorian architecture, soaring lobby, and live music give it an elegance no other resort matches. It sits right on the monorail, has a stunning view of Magic Kingdom, and is home to some of Disney's best dining. Citricos, Narcoossee's, and Victoria and Albert's for those who want the ultimate splurge. But here's the catch. The vibe can feel stuffy, and even after renovations, some rooms don't feel worth the astronomical price tag. It's iconic, it's elegant, but it's not always the most fun. That's why it lands just outside the very top tier. Wilderness Lodge is pure atmosphere. Walking into the massive log cabin lobby with its giant fireplace feels like stepping into a national park lodge. The geyser on the lakefront, lantern-lit trails, and boat rides across Bay Lake to Magic Kingdom all add to the charm. Dining is strong here too. Whispering Canyon Cafe brings chaos and humor, while Geyser Point offers one of the most relaxing lounges at Disney. Rooms are smaller than other deluxes, but the cozy, adventurous vibe makes Wilderness Lodge a fan favorite. Animal Kingdom Lodge is unlike any other hotel in Florida. Wake up, step onto your balcony, and giraffes or zebras might be grazing just outside. The savannah views are jaw-dropping, and the resort is filled with authentic African art and warm, inviting spaces. Dining here is some of Disney's best. Jiko for fine dining, Boma for a legendary buffet, and Sana for bread service with savannah views. The only real drawback is distance. You're far from everything except Animal Kingdom, and buses are your only transport option. But if immersion is what you want, this resort delivers it better than any other. Beach Club is like a summer vacation wrapped in Disney magic. Its pastel colors and breezy vibe make it feel light, cheerful, and family-friendly. The absolute star here is Stormalong Bay, the 3-acre water complex it shares with Yacht Club. This is not your average hotel pool. It's practically a water park. Sand-bottom swimming areas, a lazy river, whirlpools, and a massive shipwreck slide. Honestly, a lot of families spend full days here without ever stepping foot in the parks. Dining is solid too, with beaches and cream soda shop serving some of Disney's most over-the-top sundaes, like the famous kitchen sink. Epcot's back entry is a 5-minute walk away, and Hollywood Studios is just a boat ride or Skyliner hop. The flip side, the rooms are starting to show their age, and the price tag is high for a resort that isn't quite as polished as some newer deluxes. Still, if your trip is all about pool time and Epcot festivals, Beach Club is a nearly perfect choice. Yacht Club sits right next to Beach Club, and the two share almost everything. You get that same incredible Stormalong Bay pool, the same unbeatable location near Epcot, and the same boat access to Hollywood Studios. But the vibe here is different. Yacht Club is refined, elegant, and just a little quieter. Navy blues, polished wood, and brass accents give it a more upscale feel compared to Beach Club's breezy casual charm. Rooms here are more modern. The convention spaces mean it draws fewer families than Beach Club, and it's even one of the only dog-friendly resorts at Disney World. If you love Epcot access, but prefer a more polished, grown-up environment, Yacht Club edges out Beach Club as the better of the two. Grand Floridian's villas bring the flagship's elegance into larger, more livable spaces. Studios and villas feel brighter and more modern than many main building rooms, with practical layouts for families. Kitchenettes, extra storage, and in-room laundry in the larger units. You're still on the monorail, you still have Citricos, Narcoossees, and the lobby's live music, but you get the flexibility to eat breakfast in your room and spread out after park days. Downsides? Prices bite, and the vibe can skew a little formal compared to the playfulness of Poly or Wilderness Lodge. But if you want space, plus luxury, plus Magic Kingdom access, the Grand Floridian villas are hard to beat. Riviera is Disney's newest deluxe resort, and it shows in the details. Inspired by Walt Disney's European travels, it blends modern luxury with subtle Disney touches. The mosaics in the walkways are stunning, and the art throughout the resort gives it a gallery-like feel. The villas are spacious and elegant, with even the tiny tower studios cleverly designed for couples. For larger groups, the bigger villas feel like apartments you'd happily live in. The dining is phenomenal. Topolino's Terrace is one of the best all-around Disney restaurants. Breakfast is a stylish character meal with Mickey and friends in unique outfits. And dinner becomes a rooftop fine dining experience with sweeping views of Epcot and Hollywood Studios fireworks. Transportation is another big win. The Skyliner whisks you straight to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, adding convenience that older deluxes can't match. If there is a drawback, it's that some guests feel Riviera is a bit sterile compared to the over-the-top theming of classics like the Polynesian or Wilderness Lodge. But if you want modern luxury, top-tier dining, and unbeatable convenience, Riviera is a near-perfect resort. And finally, the crown jewel of Disney resorts, the Polynesian Village. This resort is pure Disney nostalgia and tropical paradise rolled into one. From the second you step into the lobby with its tiki torches, island music, and signature scent, you're transported. The atmosphere is unmatched. White sand beaches face directly towards Cinderella Castle, giving you front-row fireworks views without fighting the crowds. At night, the tiki torches flicker and the lagoon sparkles with the electrical water pageant. The dining lineup is legendary. Ohana serves one of the most popular family-style dinners on property. Trader Sam's Grog Grotto is an experience in itself, with interactive bartenders and over-the-top tiki drinks. And of course, Pineapple Lanai is the only spot outside the parks where you can grab a Dole Whip. Transportation is another major win. You're on the monorail loop, so Magic Kingdom is minutes away. You can take a boat across Seven Seas Lagoon or hop the monorail to Epcot with one quick transfer. Yes, it's expensive, and yes, some rooms are a bit of a walk from the main lobby, but the Polynesian delivers Disney magic like no other. It's not just a hotel, it's an experience, and that's why it takes the #1 spot. And that's the full countdown. Every single Disney resort ranked from worst to best. Some are chaotic, some are hidden gems, and a few deliver that unforgettable Disney magic that makes the price feel worth it. Hopefully this helps you figure out where you'd want to stay and maybe which hotels to avoid. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Disney resort? Would you put the Polynesian at #1, or does your list look totally different? Drop your rankings in the comments. I'd love to hear your takes. And if you'd like me to do an even longer, more detailed breakdown of each resort, hit that like button so I know to make it happen. Before your next trip, grab your free planning sheets at castlecompass.com. The link's in the description, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. And don't stop here. Click that next video popping up now to see the biggest Disney World mistakes that could ruin your trip and how to avoid them. Your adventure is just beginning.